Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Friday, March 31, 2023. Look at that, our 1961 19-foot Lyman Runabout has been totally stripped. The strakes have all been faired with 3M premium marine filler, and that includes all of the spiderweb hairline cracks in the surface of the strakes that those of you who sent me unpleasant emails about how I didn't understand paint and all of those spiderweb cracks we saw in the paint were just fine, just okay. Well, you know, they may have been okay for you, but they probably weren't okay for this boat because those spiderwebs penetrated all the way through that paint and into the wood itself. So what we've done as we faired the strakes is to work the 3M premium marine filler into those cracks, and we have thereby sealed them. At this moment, Rick is in the process of applying our primer to the strakes all the way around. Well, you'll put 2 coats on, right, Rick?
Yeah.
Of the primer? Yeah. And the transom is another happy story. Look at how sound that plywood is. This transom is about 1.25 inches thick, all plywood. And remember, if you look at the previous videos, we were particularly worried about these 2 corners, this one on port and the matching one on starboard. They looked like they were really black, which tends to signal rot. But in this case, not only is there no rot, the strakes themselves are still tightly secured to the transom all the way across. We do have this area that it was stained black by the speedometer pickup, and we will fill these holes with, since this is going to be underwater, we'll probably use seal or Thixo Flex. But here on starboard as well, absolutely sound. Wonderful discovery. Indeed, this Lyman is as strong and sound as any we have ever worked on at Snake Mountain Boat Works. We find one little bit of rot in this rub rail on starboard, which we will repair with a Dutchman. We, of course, will bring all of these covering boards down. We've got them pushed up right now so that we could seal all this with clear penetrating epoxy sealer in here. But particularly when you look at that stem gripe combination, we always end up with a mess right in this area. And we've got a little bit that's been broken away, but that's from finding an unfriendly bottom somewhere. We'll repair that with a Dutchman. The bottom's been fully sanded. We'll be sealing it with Smith's clear penetrating epoxy sealer. Yes, that's right, not the cheap, offensive alternatives. Cheap to buy, very expensive to own and use. They produce wonderful messes if that's something you are after. We're not. So with that, I'll leave Rick to almost reach the bow, and we'll let this cure for a few hours. This tie coat primer cures very, very quickly. So with that, we'll end this update on our 1961 19-foot Lyman Runabout. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.